So, hi, I'm Frank Duran, and I am standing with Roho, who is the editor of Hellbound, the Boston collected comic, and it's straight horror.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it? Is there a theme to this issue? Because this is issue 3.
This issue is called Darkness. That's kind of like the subtitle of the issue. And what we try to do is have like a loose interpretation of darkness on each story.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's the theme of issue 3.
And did you do this cover, or who did this cover?
Yeah, me and Gerald Dye worked together on this.
Awesome.
I had like a rough draft of the whole thing. If you go to the Hellbound website, you can see kind of like the process of it.
Okay.
And we had like elements from the stories that are inside the book. This is from like Lindsay Moore's story. There's this character is from a story. All the stuff on the cover
they
are from like
actually
different.
connect to what's in the book.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome. That's different for a comic book because that never happens.
Yeah. So we had like a rough draft of this, and we added and worked on the elements that were on the stories that were coming, and then Gerald did like finishing inking on this, and then we worked together on the colors.
Very cool.
Originally we were gonna print it on just 3 colors, but we ended up doing like a glisse print for the colors.
And so, how's it start? How's it start getting together a Hellbound issue?
Usually, it has changed every year. The first year was me and Joel Gill from Strange Fruit. We initially started thinking, okay, what do we want to do that is different from the Inbound anthology?
Yeah.
The first thing was like, okay, it would be cool to do a party each year, like a Halloween party for comics people. So we started thinking about an anthology centered on that, and that's where like horror stories came. And then we started thinking about the format, what would be different, and we came out with a big book. The first anthology was 13 by 19 inches.
Oh, wow.
We did it on screen printing.
Yeah.
For Hellbound 3, we thought of Darkness. Gerald Dye and Kimball Anderson were the co-editors. They helped work with the artists and writers to get their stories to have like really clear storytelling and like have like compelling art. And so some of the stories got some like work done like in the process of submission. But usually the first step, going back to your original story, the first step is getting like an editor. Like for me, like as the publisher of these anthologies, I want to kind of like expand the range of what the Boston Comics Roundtable can do.
Yeah.
And usually the Inbound anthologies were edited by the same like group of people. So with Hellbound, I'm interested in like taking like someone's like point of view and way of like telling stories and kind of like translating their vision into a book. So for issue 3, I reached to Gerald and I asked him if he wanted to be the editor of the issue. So
That's cool.
So we worked together on that, and the book came out pretty awesome. We're going to be releasing a smaller version for mice probably.
Oh, okay.
That it's going to be like slightly cheaper, not as fancy looking, but it's going to have all the same stories. And I also have interviews with all the creators of the book that are going to be on the back of the book.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
how much is this? Just the
This
right
is
now?
$25.
Oh, wow.
And we only printed 100 of these books.
Yeah.
So I think right now there's like between like 15 and 20 books available, and that's it.
So
for
like this
edition.
is like rare hardcover type of deal.
Yeah, like the cover is, as you saw, like really
Fold
big,
out,
and the size also is something that is not usually seen on anthologies, and like the printing, we have really good quality digital printing for the inside, so we're really happy with it. The other edition is going to be slightly cheaper, and for Hellbound 4, that we are expecting to release that for mice, Bob Flynn and Danny Monahan, the creators of Heebie Jeebies, it's like a very awesome anthology for kids, are going to be the story editors for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what we're doing is going to be all kids, scary stories.
So Hellbound 4 is going to be kids' story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be horror for kids.
So Goosebumps type of deal?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And like if you see heebie-jeebies, there's like some kind of like scary stuff, like weird, like really like weird creatures, and like the subtitle of the issue is monsters and creatures.
Okay.
So we're encouraging like creators to focus on like monsters and creatures, and you can play with fairy tales, like folk tales. You can do like all sorts of things using. I think like those things are like a easy way to do a kid story that you can focus on and play with like what a kid perspective on like a horror story will be. We are also doing a 6.5 by 5 format, so it's going to be this way instead of this way.
Oh, okay. Some widescreen.
Yeah, kind of widescreen, and we have some really good like submissions so far. So
that's awesome.
we are thinking it's going to be a pretty awesome book.
That's very cool. So Hellbound 3 is out, but Hellbound 4 is coming. Like,
Hellbound 4, the art edition. Usually we have like an art edition, then like a regular edition.
yeah.
We have Hellbound 2. This is like the regular edition.
Yeah.
The art edition was inside a box, and it had 2 books that were hand stitched.
Yeah.
That's the one that we went to the place, the paper collective in Charlestown, and we made the paper for.
Oh, very
so
cool.
that edition was sold out because we only did 25 of those books. So this is a regular edition. We're gonna do one regular edition of this, and the art edition that is going to be 2-color risograph is going to be launched at MICE.
Oh, okay. That's very cool.
Yeah.